Expressions are powerful little pieces of code that you can plug into After Effects to get complex animations without the hassle of adding endless keyframes. And the best thing is that you don't even have to know how to write code. Hey there, it's Tom Graham from Envato Tuts Plus, and in this video I'm going to quickly show you how to add some randomness to your animations in After Effects using wiggle expressions. Now this video is of course brought to you by Envato Elements. Envato Elements is a super easy to use subscription-based service that gives you access to millions of digital assets that you can download and use in your projects right away. The commercial licensing is super simple, the monthly fee is really affordable, and the link is in the description below, so check it out today. Alright, so let's jump into a new composition here. I'm just going to do a standard 1920 by 1080 at 25 frames per second. I'm going to call this one logo, and I'll drop our Envato logo in here. Now, I'll just add a little background here to make things pop a little bit more. Let's just do a solid white background and drop that underneath. Now, with our Envato logo selected, we'll drop down here, we'll twirl down our transform properties, and where we're looking at is position. I'm going to hold Option on my keyboard, Alt if you're on a PC, and I'm going to click on the little keyframe stopwatch here. And you'll see here that opens up our expressions control for our position. Now all I need to do is start typing wiggle and it will automatically pop up. This is relatively new in the last couple of versions of After Effects. Super handy to see all of your expressions listed out here. We'll just hit enter on wiggle and it's going to give us some parentheses. We need to put in two different numbers. Now, the first number we put in relates to time. The second number we put in relates to the amount of change. So if I go 4 times per second and then put a comma and then say 50, that's going to change the value of our horizontal and our vertical position by 50, either up or down from 540 and 960. So I'll click out of here and we'll just play through and see what's happened. So there you can see our Envato logo is wiggling all about. All we've done is typed in wiggle for 50 in our expressions control, and we've got some relatively complex animation without having a bunch of keyframes that we've had to program ourselves. Now you can also do this multiple times for different parameters here. So if I hold down Option and click on the scale stopwatch as well, I'll start typing wiggle, I'll hit enter, and let's go a little bit crazy with this. 6 times per second, we're going to go up or down by 100. Now I'll just play this through. And we've got a very wacky looking logo jumping all over the place here, but you can see it's quite complex and very random, and all we've had to do is type in some expressions here. So obviously that's a bit too much, so let's just pull this one back down and say maybe 30, click out of it, play through, and we've completely changed the way this logo is behaving within After Effects just by a couple of keystrokes. You can also turn on motion blur as well, which just ties everything together a little bit, especially as things are moving around in this kind of nervous way. Now, let me clear these, and we'll go back to our logo just sitting here on our white plane. If you go up into Effects and Presets and you search Wiggle, you'll also get some presets for these as well. So I'll just pop the position wiggle on there and you'll see it's very similar to what we did with our expressions control. You've got a few more parameters that you can change up here in the effects controls. So that's one way of doing it as well. But yeah, the really quick way is just to use the wiggle expression. So that's all good and well with a little 2D logo here, or you can do this with shape layers and stuff within After Effects. But how can we use it in a more practical sense on, say, a piece of footage? So I've got this piece of footage from Envato Elements, so I'll just drag this down and create a new composition with it. You can see if I play it through, it's just got a little bit of a side-to-side movement, probably on a slider here. But what happens if we want to make this feel like it's handheld? Well, we can again twirl down to our transform properties here and Option or Alt click on our position, do wiggle, hit enter, and let's just do maybe 3 and 10 and click out and we'll see what that feels like. There we go. We've just got a little bit of handheld movement to our footage here to make it feel like someone was actually holding this camera in their hands or off the shoulder rather than using a slider to move around this subject. Now, if I just add a solid underneath this, we'll see that we've got some issues here. So as we wiggle around, you can see that piece of footage is moving around the frame, and we obviously can't have that. So a very easy way to fix that is to just scale our footage up a little bit in the composition so it just sits a little bit outside the bounds, and then no longer are we going to have that issue. So what's another way that we can use the wiggle expression rather than just making an image move? We can go up to our effects and presets and type in brightness and bring over our brightness and contrast, drop that on our footage layer here. And again, up in this section in our effects controls, I'm holding Option and I'm clicking on the brightness stopwatch, going to search wiggle, hit enter, and maybe I'll do 4 and 15. We'll see what that looks like. I'll click out. And now the reason I'm doing this is because this is an image of a woman looking at a laptop. Her face is being illuminated from the screen, and we kind of want to make the light flicker as if there's something moving on the laptop. So we'll play this through. So now it looks like there's something moving on the laptop and that actual light is illuminating her face and going in and out of darkness. I think it looks pretty good. Let's go up and we'll just finish this off with the Lumetri color effect. And I'll just drop down on our basic controls here and find saturation, option, click on the stopwatch, typing in wiggle, hitting enter, and we'll just do 3 and 10. I'm just kind of making this up as I go because I know I can go back into our wiggle expression and change this to fit. So now the brightness and the saturation is flickering just a little bit so that we get that sense that whatever is actually moving on the screen is in fact illuminating this woman's face. So I hope you've learned something from this little quick tutorial today. Let me know in the comments what you use the wiggle expression for in After Effects. I'd love to hear what you're working on. Also, before you go, make sure to click that link in the description below to check out Envato Elements today. I can't stress enough how good of a resource it is for content creators. Now, until next time, happy editing.